Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. We're gonna do another one of the trying the new and hyped makeup. I have the LYS cream bronzer, I have the Fenty bronzer, I have the new Benefit blush. I'm gonna do a third look with the Nouveau palette. I have the Kosas lip liners. I have that lip stain as well from Fenty. Like, I have so many things to try out. I am super excited. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I'm such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related, especially things that are a little bit more on the dramatic or colorful side. And if you like that as well, do not forget to subscribe because I upload several videos every week. So I already have foundation and concealer and a little under eye powder on. I will link the things that I'm wearing down in the description box because I don't have any new of those to try out. So I thought I'd save us some time and just do that. But if you're wondering about any of the things that I already have on my face or any of the things that I'm going to be talking about today, everything is in the description box. And I do use affiliated links, so if you do shop through my links, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really does help out. So what I wanted to use, like I have the new, like look at this packaging. Look at the carton that it came in. Like it came like this. It's so pretty. Mine came a little bit broken. Can I say, listen, I adore the customer service in Sephora US. This is not the customer service that I'm used to in Sweden. Listen, Sephora Sweden, you have some things to learn from customer service in the US. This one came a little bit broken. Like you can see here, this is a Super Shock formula. If you didn't know, this is like that putty glowy formula, and it is a glowy formula. You can see here I tried to push it back because it literally was escaping the pan. Sephora sent out a replacement 10 minutes after I mailed them. That is good service. That is good service. I'm extremely pleased with that. And I didn't even say like I want a replacement because I mean I can use this. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but I basically said like, oh, I just wanted to show you this one came broken, and I sent them a picture. They just sent out a replacement. So I'm gonna give this one to my neighbor because like it's okay, or maybe I'll give her the new one. Honestly, I don't know because there's I can use this. It is a Super Shock formula though, just so you know. But I wanted to use the LYS cream bronzer first. I did show you this in another video that I bought this one. It comes in a packaging like this, and you open it up, and it is first of all the same triangle packaging that I'm fairly sure that they have in other things as well. I bought it in medium. Well, No Limits. Oh, it's called No Limits bronzer stick, right? And this is in Harmony. And I bought it in medium, but now looking at it, I probably should have bought a light. It's so hard sometimes because I would describe myself, I do have a tan right now, and I would describe myself as a light medium because most foundations and most things that I buy work for me with light medium. Sometimes light medium is not offered, and then I get a medium or a light depending on how I see things online. And sometimes it's too light, sometimes it's too dark, sometimes light medium is too light or dark, sometimes medium is perfect. It's weird. It is really hard sometimes with shade ranges because like not every brand agrees on what is what. But I got this in Harmony, and I'm fairly sure that this was described as a medium. Just know, depending on how this works though, I haven't bronzed. That is creamy. Wait. Let's do that immediately because that was very creamy and very pigmented. It literally, you saw. Okay. So this is definitely very pigmented, even though I feel like it's easy to blend out. Definitely, if you're in between shades like me, go down. Because I should definitely have gotten the light one. I mean, you can tell. It's beautiful and it's giving me a lot of definition, but it's definitely a shade too dark for me. It's good to know. Sometimes you get a light and it's just too light for me. And then sometimes medium is too dark. I mean, I can make this work. I can make this work. That was easy to blend out. Did you see how easy that was? I will say it doesn't look super effortless. You can see there's a little spot. I haven't powdered my face, but it wasn't like 1,000,000% effortless. Let's use a little bit on this side too. I will say it doesn't blend out as easily as the Rare Beauty bronzer stick, but it's still, this is so pigmented. I will say I almost would have preferred if this had been a little thinner like the stick. That's not what she said. Because I feel like application with this, since it's so pigmented, it would have benefited this product if less came off. Let me see if I can like just do like this. Like I think that this is enough. Like, I don't need to be using the whole stick because it is very, very pigmented and a lot comes off. So I think for this formula, it probably would have benefited this if the stick was thinner, because otherwise you end up getting too much product and we don't need that much. I mean, this is definitely a shade too dark, and I love that I'm going to be layering another bronzer on as well. I'm just going to be adding a little bit here because I have very wide temples and I definitely don't need those to be lighter. And I also am pretty wide down here, so I do try to bronze down here as well to just bring that in a little bit. You can see sometimes people do the contour under the cheekbones. That I've noticed with time doesn't work as good on me and my face shape as it does on others. So make sure when you're trying to shape your face with shades and stuff that you're shaping it in a way that makes sense for your face shape, because I like that a lot more on me. Can we do the lip liner? Because I want to put a lip liner on because I have two lip products. So let's start with this lip product because it is a hydrating lip stain. That's the Popsicle from Fenty. So I want to start with that one and we can see how it dries down throughout the video, because I bought two of the lip liners from Kosas. By the way, this packaging, 10 out of 10. Look at these pens. Do you see that it goes from a light blue to like a lavender? So pretty. It is a twist up. And I bought the shade, this is a darker one. This is Wow. And this is like a almost brick red. So pretty. I find that I have been gravitating towards shades like this and no eye makeup lately, so I wanted to get a lip liner in that color. And then I got one that is lighter, that is in Max, and I think this is the one that we are going to be using on my lips. This wasn't as creamy as the other one. Interesting. The other one was creamier than this one. I mean, it worked. Maybe I had to break it in. So I think we're going to be using this one, and then the... yeah, this one isn't as creamy, the lip stain. This feels a little bit and smells a little bit like a crayon. Interesting. I will say I do prefer a formula that's not like super, super creamy, because when it's super, super creamy, it's hard to be precise. But this one was maybe a little bit too dry. And I didn't feel like the other one was like that. So I will report back on that, because I felt like when I drew on with the other one, it didn't feel like that at all. So I will report back on that one. I honestly don't know what was up with that. But I got Zesty Bestie, which is the orangey red. And I really don't know what I'm supposed to be expecting from this one. That's really pretty. Okay. It goes on like water. Doesn't smell like anything. Stay within the lines. I think I'm gonna draw on a little bit more with the lip liner once this dries down a little bit. So let me actually go wash my hand. It looks really pretty. Right now it looks like a lip gloss, but it's gonna be interesting to see if it dries down or if it stays like this, what we will have at the end of the video. So I did wash my hands and you can definitely see that there is still an orange stain here. So I'm really excited about that, not gonna lie. I feel like if I blotted this off, I probably would have blotted orange lips. So let's try that at the end, shall we? So let's use this shimmery, is this a bronzer? Bronze shimmer powder. Honestly, how do you use this? I have no idea. Let's figure it out. Pretty sure that this is a blush brush from Kaleidos, but I love using it for bronzers. Let me come in a little bit. Okay. Sorry I wasn't this close before. I forgot. So let's just brush. Oh yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Like you can see in the pan how shimmery and glowy that is. Okay, so I'm just brushing this over the whole bronzer area with small circular motions. I feel like this is a highlighter bronze hybrid, if you like a glowy face, but that looks honestly It's like a bronzer topper. Why do I love that? I really like that. That is so nice. Let me see if I can use, I like small blush brushes. So I am gonna put on a little bit of the Butterfly by Benefit. I did buy this one myself. I think I bought all of these things myself. Is that true? All of the things so far I bought myself. I am gonna be using one thing. I'm gonna be using one thing that I didn't buy myself in a little bit. But Benefit actually did send me all of these blushes in PR, but I had already bought the Butterfly, so this is actually the one that I bought. Oh, it's really pigmented. It picks up a lot. And this is a glowy, warm orange blush, which is, if you have been on my channel before, something that I adore. I'm putting that on the cheekbones because I'm gonna give this a little bit more of an orange tint with the orangey lips. I told you I did more of a cool tone look the last time I was trying out new makeup, and which was last week, and now I'm doing, or was that last week or the week before? I think it was last week. And now I'm doing a little bit more of a warm look. That looks beautiful. I'm so excited that, because like sometimes really yellow toned bright oranges can be really hard to find, and I'm so excited that a brand that is so readily available as Benefit is has one now in their range. Oh, I forgot to tell you, like I said, I did buy this one myself, but Benefit actually gave me an affiliate code. I know, I'm surprised too. So I'm not 100% sure what the code is, so I'll put it in the description box and you will get money off when you order from the Benefit website, which is honestly really cool, because if you have staples in your collection, stuff you really love from Benefit, like maybe the primers or the setting sprays or the mascaras, like I love the Bad Gal Bang, you know that, you can buy them at Benefit and you will get, I don't remember exactly how much the percentage is, but it is a fairly good percentage all the time. You don't have to wait for a Sephora sale or an Ulta sale. You can just buy this stuff from Benefit and get a discount anyway. So I will leave that code down below, because I honestly think it's pretty cool that more bigger brands are doing this as well, because a code is a win-win situation. Like, you get a discount and I do get a little bit of a kickback. And you know that I do love a bunch of the Benefit products. I use them all the time, including the setting spray that I'm actually using today. The brow products are really good. The mascara is the mascara that I'm using right now. Like, I have it here, the Bad Gal Bang. It's like the best mascara in the world. I really, really love it. It's an elongating mascara, so I'm really excited about that, honestly. Let me use a little bit of highlighter as well. This is from House Labs. This is my replacement. You know that I got one that was broken and I already got a replacement, and I'm excited about having one that's not broken, so I'm not afraid that it's gonna fall out. So I'm just gonna do a little bit on the tippity tops where I want to be a little bit more highlighted. You know that I really, really liked this House Labs highlighter formula. I think it's really pretty. So let's do like that. Oh, I'm really glowy today. How lovely. I'm really liking this look. I will say though that my neck is also not getting the same tan as the rest of my body. I've been by the pool quite a lot, and I will say that my face and my neck, I have sunscreen 50 on, so they don't get the same sun exposure as the rest of my body. So I maybe need to bronze up my neck a bit so it doesn't look, oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I'm really happy about how my face is looking. Oh, that lip is gorgeous. Like, this could be a look. Like, you could be done. This could be a look, like out the window. Don't leave your house out the window. Out the door and you'll be done. Out the window, I swear. So I am gonna do another look with the ABH Nouveau palette. I do have a 1 palette 2 looks already up with this palette. I will leave that down below in case you want to see some more looks. And I also have the MAC Stranger Things gloss. This is the only thing I bought from the collection, but it's the yellowy one. So I thought we could end the video applying this one and just see how it looks on, because I was super intrigued by that one. And I am going to be using the one thing that I got in PR in this video. I'm going to be using one of these liquid shadows by Glam Shop, and you can see how those are as a primer, because I have used them as a primer before, but as a color primer. But now I want to use one that's close to my skin tone, and I want to see how that is as a primer. Okay, let's zoom in even more. And let's do a third look with the Nouveau palette. Okay, so this one is in Salted Caramel. I will link this down below. These are like liquid eyeshadows. That's what they are. They are liquid eyeshadows, and you can use them as eye bases, or you can use them as details or as liners, depending on what kind of brush you use. And I kind of want to do, since I was fairly sure that this look was going to be a little bit more on the dramatic side, I kind of want to do a look with the Nouveau palette that looks a little bit different. Look at how it looks a bit different from what I did with the palette so far. Like I said, I will link the video down below where I'm doing 2 looks. I'm just blending this out. I mean, this could be an eye look, honestly. Look at that. This, just some mascara, and I'm very impressed with these Glam Shop eye paints. They are just so nice, and these do not crease on me, and that's why I wanted to use it as an eye base and see how colors look on top of this. Wow. Is that not very impressive? Because you saw, I just put it on and now I'm blending it out, and I didn't cut any of this out. That is very impressive. I mean, this could be the look. This could be it. I mean, it's not, but it could be. Very impressive. Okay, so I have done, like I said, 2 looks, and I have used a bunch of these more dramatic shades, but I kind of want to try Fleur, because I didn't really try Fleur, and I also want to try Isle, because that I didn't use at all in the video. I also really love Lily here, because it has some like almost bluish green glitter specks in it. It reminds me a lot of one of the shimmers and the Lust to Dusk, is that what it's called, from Colourpop? But I'm gonna start with Fleur, and I'm gonna use a fairly fluffy brush, which is not usually what I use when I do my makeup, because I like things to be intense and packed on. But let's try something else. Listen, this is me going out of my comfort zone. We all have comfort zones. Mine just happens to be clown makeup. That is my comfort zone. But yeah, I'm just gonna use Fleur to buff up this edge even more, but I'm gonna try and do something more subtle. I know, who am I? That looks effortless and blended and wonderful. I think I might be using a little bit of this liquid shadow under my eyes as well. I'm gonna be using a smaller brush. This is an E20, right? E57. Oh yeah, it's not straight, but this is a small shader brush that I like to use under the eyes, and I think I'm gonna pull a little bit of this under the eyes as well. I can't believe how effortless that looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like nougat. Oh my god, now I want nougat in the worst way. Why? Oh, I would love some nougat. Oh, yummy. If you're living in Europe, listen, I've been gone for a couple of months and all of a sudden I'm in the Europe. If you live in Europe, Glam Shop makes really, really nice products. And if you are ordering from Glam Shop, I mean, it's in the EU, so you don't have to pay customs. Definitely try out their liquid shadows. They come in a bunch of different colors, not only like skin tones and like neutrals, but also in like really bright, fun ones. In a video that I did somewhat recently, I used it like an army green as a green eyeshadow base, and that's why I wanted to try a neutral one. And yeah, I have to say, I really do recommend the product. Okay, let's use a smaller brush. This is from the Sigma and yeah, Samantha Ravndal brush set. So I'm gonna be using the one that's called Metro now, which is just a little bit darker. And I am just gonna put a little bit of that out here to bring something that's slightly deeper and just a little bit more on the clayey orangey side, because we're trying to do something warm, remember? And then I'm gonna use that shimmer. Should we just do the finger then on Isle? That is like a, oh my god, my nails are so dirty. Don't look, don't look. This is like a very pale peachy gold. It's like a pastel peachy gold duochrome. I know this is very outside of my comfort zone, but listen, we all sometimes need to do stuff that's a little bit different for us. And this is me trying that. How am I doing? I did add a little bit into the inner corner with a detail brush, but it's hard when you have like nails. I will say, when I do that, it's only the lip liner that's coming off. And I do want to keep the lip liner. So maybe I'll add a little bit more. So I think the glossy part actually was like really not with color. Interesting. So I'm just reapplying some of the lip liner, because I like it to end in something that's a little darker and a little bit more nude. Can I just say as well how weird it is for a Swede to hear the cicadas outside the window? It's very weird. Very, very, very weird. I am going to use, on a pencil brush, I'm going to use a little bit Paloma, which is this light, like pale, almost white. And this one is very pigmented, and that is one thing that ABH has always done really good. Their light matte shades have always been extremely pigmented, and that is something that I like, because that means that you can pack them on and they don't just, it's not just a sheer layer. It is such a subtle look. It's so unlike me, but here we are. Here we are. I am going to be using a little bit of mascara. I'm going to be using the Bad Gal Bang, which is my favorite, but let's try the lip gloss. So this one is called, oh, that's small writing, Marvelous Max. Holy bananas, I am too old for that small writing. Let's see how this is. Oh my god. Just... So that's scary. This could go south very fast. Why is that the prettiest thing I've ever seen in my life? See, this is what I thought that this gloss was gonna be. This is a gloss to make any lip color glossy and more warm. Oh, I love it! Ah, so if you're like me and you like a really yellow leaning lip, this will transform anything. Ooh, and the stain of this one was so good. So I think that this one will be perfect for just putting in the inner part, and you can have that reverse popsicle ombre lip. I need to try that next time. I'm in love with both of those lip products. The lip liner, it's still on the waiting list. It's still on the waiting list. I don't know how I feel about that. But these, stunning. Stunning. Okay, let me do some mascara, and should we do a pop on the lower lash line, like the waterline? Because how muted this look is. Let me see what I have. Let me see what I have. I brought out, this is my basket of eyeliner pens. You know I use an eyeliner pen every time I do my makeup. And I was thinking first maybe like a blue or like a green. But I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna do a light yellow. And then I'm gonna pack, and I'm gonna pack the Rebirth from, this is my palette with Oden. Because I love this pale pastel yellow. And I think it's gonna tie in perfectly with this look, since I wanted it to be warm. And maybe it's not like a super pop, but it's like somewhat of a pop. I have been loving, like Rebirth is my favorite shade in this palette. I know it's crazy, but the really pigmented pastel matte, it really is my favorite, and I'm so happy we included this one. So I do it like this, and then I take just this is just like a brush that has a tip that also has, is that cat hair? I don't know. But then I just put some on the tip, and then I put that on the liner. And you get this very bright pastel yellow, and I feel like it really fits with the look and really ties in. I love it! I think it's so pretty! I am gonna put on the Bright Lashes in Flare. I've been using these quite a lot. These are half lashes, and they're kind of They're a little bit more timid than the other half lashes that I usually use, so I think I'm gonna use that one. And that's gonna be the finished look. I am freakishly excited about wearing a neutral look and still being able to make it like for me, you know? Because we all need to get out of our comfort zone, and this is definitely outside of mine. Not gonna lie, I do feel very, very pretty. I feel like, you know, people are like, bronzed goddess. Like, that's me right now. And I will say, I have been really into a brighter lip with less eye makeup. And you've even seen that on my channel, that sometimes I'll do a bright lip and no eye makeup. Like no primer, no eyeshadow, not even mascara. This is like a happy middle ground, and I really like how these eyeshadows look. And I feel like I made the look mine with putting the pastel yellow in the waterline, because for me, the contrast, that is something that I really like, and that definitely brings the contrast, and the orange lips and the warm cheeks and all that glow. I was trying to put a little bit more focus on the lips and the skin in this video, because I knew I had 2 different bronzers and 3 different lip products to try, so I feel like it made sense. But yeah, I like it. What do you think about this look? I feel like this lash though is trying to escape. That is better. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you think it's too subtle? Or are these colors more your colors? Because like I said, we all need to get out of our comfort zones at times and just do makeup because it's fun and because we want to try something new. And this is definitely something new for me. I will say, the Fenty bronzer, blown away by how good it looked on the cheeks. Really like that Benefit came out with blush like this that is a bright orange, so it is like readily available to find a shimmery yellow toned orange blush that is available at Ulta and Sephora and so many different places, because sometimes those can be a little bit hard to find. When it comes to the LYS bronzer, let me see if I can find stuff here. When it comes to the LYS bronzer, I will say I like it, but I like the Rare one more. I like the ABH one more. This is good, but I feel like for the shape that this one is, a little too much comes off when it touches the skin. That is just my preference though. If you like a really pigmented bronzer, this could be for you. This could definitely be for you. The Kosas lip liners, I love the packaging. One of the prettiest packagings I've seen of it, like a pen, in a really long time. It is absolutely stunning. Will say though that the red one was a little bit more creamy than the nude one, so I'm gonna have to try these out a little bit more. I always come back at the end of the month or at the beginning of the month or sometimes in the middle of the month. I do like a ranking of all the things that I have been trying lately, and I'm ranking them from fail to holy grail, and I will of course be including all of these things. I think my absolute winners are these products. Both of these lip products, absolutely stunning. The stain worked beautiful, it looks beautiful, it feels wonderful, it felt wonderful on its own, and it also looks really beautiful with a gloss on. And I feel like this yellow gloss is going to be my saving grace for all of those lip colors that I feel are not yellow enough. This is perfect for that. Bronzer is beautiful, blush is beautiful. These are the products that I love the most. The other ones, of course, I'm going to be trying out a bit more. These I've also already given my opinions about. Love both of them. This was a hit. This was a hit. I will leave a link to all of these things down below. Please let me know if you've tried any of these products. Please let me know if you would like me to include more looks like this one, where I'm going out of my comfort zone, trying some more subtle or some more neutral looks, or just overall trying some other stuff than what I usually do. I hope you're having an amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe, because I will see you again tomorrow for new makeup releases. Tomorrow is Friday, then we're having new makeup releases. I see you then. Bye!